Keeping your lead pipeline filled can be a constant struggle. I've been there in the past where I was so bogged down in work that I couldn't do lead generation. And at the time that was fine because I had all those projects, but then 3 months down the road when the projects were over, I was in this massive sales slump. And I don't want you to go through this similar experience. That is why I am about to share 4 lead generation strategies with you that I found work really well to generate B2B leads. Hi, I'm Jan Koch. I am the CEO of Virtual Summit Mastery and I am a cloud-based maverick. That is why I'm here today with my fellow mavericks to create content that help you scale your digital agencies. And in this video, I want to talk about lead generation and I want to talk about sales, marketing, and 4 different approaches you can take at any stage of business, no matter whether your business is running like a well-oiled machine or whether you are just starting from scratch and you are getting all the processes still set up and you're scrambling your way to success. I've got you covered in this video. So stick with me because B2B lead generation can actually be fun. Don't believe it, it's still true. That's what I'm going to share with you in this video. So the question is for this video, do you want to drive the Toyota or are you driving the Mercedes S-Class? And of course, this is a metaphor, but when you are on the Toyota side of things, you are in a roller coaster of cash flow. You don't have a stable stream of new leads and projects coming in. It's hard to invest in your business because you don't know what your projected revenue is. It is hard to invest in yourself. It's hard to invest in your team, all because you don't know the projected value in your pipeline because you don't have a clearly defined pipeline. Whereas if you got these processes nailed to generate B2B leads, running your business and at least the lead generation and the sales side of things feels like driving a Mercedes S-Class. It is super smooth. You have predictable income. You know at any time how much value there is in your pipeline and whether you need to get more sales or whether you can afford to lose a sale or 2 and everything will still be good. So what I want to do in this video is I'm going to show you 4 approaches I found work really well to create agency leads for my own business and that you can apply in your business as well. What I want to do is I want to divide those 4 approaches into different sectors. They can require no capital whatsoever or they can require a lot of capital. They can be easy to implement or they can be very hard to implement. And let's start with no capital and easy to implement. This is called networking. Good old prospecting. You hop on LinkedIn, you do a research for your ideal customer, and you have conversations with people. Now, here's how you set yourself apart. And this should be common sense, but if you are on LinkedIn, you know it isn't. You don't jump straight into a pitch. You build a relationship. You do your homework about your lead. You look at their website. Did they recently publish a blog article or a podcast episode that you could refer to and that you could give feedback on? Do something that lets them know you care about them before you actually launch into the pitch. That is alone good enough to set yourself apart from 99% of the other cold messages that they get. Build relationships. Go to networking events, attend virtual webinars, attend summits, and build your relationships online. Now, this is cheap and easy. Cheap and hard is organic networking and cold DMs. Now, this is different from the LinkedIn DM approach because what you do in organic networking and then sliding into the DMs from that is you post every single day on your profile and you do posts like, hey, I've just released this new PDF report about ABCD. Do you want it? Or you do things like, hey, I'm just working on this new training. Should I create this? You would teach ABCD. Do you find this valuable? Let me know in the comments below. And this is called 2-step content, where you ask a question and then you validate the demand for that idea by how many comments you get. And what is also involved in this strategy is, because organic reach is basically dead, that you have to go into other people's groups on Facebook, on LinkedIn, I don't care, wherever your audience is, right? And you comment in those groups and you post in those groups and you bet on people liking your comments, checking out your profile, going into your content and then commenting and building relationships. And based on the engagement on your comments and on your posts, you then DM those people. It works. People do it all the time. It works. I am doing this in an ethical way where I actually build relationships in DMs and I don't jump straight into the pitch, and it works. However, this is very, very hard to do. because so many people are spamming everybody on Facebook right now. So many people spam everybody who just likes their post, and they send you straight into the pitch in the DMs, that this has gotten a very, very bad reputation. And I am proud to say that it works because I am building genuine relationships, but it is very hard to do. But it's cheap. So if you are tight for cash, prospecting or organic networking and then sliding into the DMs actually works if you really care about the other person. This is the one thing that sets us apart from those spammy salespeople, right? So those were two cheap options. Let's talk about the expensive ones where you actually need a bit of capital. Expensive and hard is running paid traffic campaigns. It is really hard these days to run paid traffic campaigns properly, and if you don't do this for a business, you're likely better off hiring an agency that runs paid ads for you. But if they know what they're doing, they can generate some really good leads for you from social media, maybe even from your email list. But again, this requires capital. And then what is expensive and what is easy is getting PR. You can invest in building networking relationships with editors and then pitch them on being featured on their platforms. What's also easy but what requires capital is getting PR. So you can invest in professional images, you can invest in a PR campaign where you get actually featured on media outlets, where an agency builds relationships for you and gets you into blog articles, gets you into the TV shows maybe, but those require a lot of capital. Those campaigns are super effective if you do them right, but they require capital. They're easy to do because most of the time you would just hire somebody and it doesn't take up your own bandwidth. Those are 4 B2B lead generation strategies that work really well nowadays. I am still a big fan of the prospecting and the good old networking because that gets you in touch with people, that gets you to know people, and obviously we want to understand our target audience as good as we can, and having relationships, having conversations is, in my opinion, the best way to do that. If you want to have more content like that, download the agency toolkit. It's below this video. Also check out the link we have to get started with Cloudways for free. There's a hosting credit that goes on us so that you can start for free and give us a try, see how Cloudways performs for your websites. Let us know in the comments what you think about these lead generation tips. I would love to hear what you are doing if you're open to sharing this. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, because we are creating a lot more content that helps you build your agency and we want to hear from you. So again, leave a comment below this video. We want to know how we can make this content as actionable and as helpful as possible. I'll see you in the next video.